Keep going, even if it hurts, even if no one notices, even if the thing you're building looks like nothing right now. Keep going, not because it gets easier, not because some breakthrough is waiting around the corner, but because the act of continuing when everything in you says stop is the only real power you will ever have. A philosopher understood this better than anyone, and he explained it through a man, a boulder, and a mountain. In Greek mythology, Sisyphus was the craftiest man who ever lived. He cheated death twice. He tricked the gods themselves. So when they finally caught him, they designed the cruelest punishment they could imagine. Not fire, not chains, futility. Push this boulder to the top of the mountain. Watch it roll back down. Walk to the bottom. Do it again, forever. In 1942, the French philosopher Albert Camus wrote an essay about this myth, and he asked the question that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. If there is no grand meaning to any of this, no reward, no finish line, no one keeping score, then why keep going at all? And his answer was not hope. It was not faith. It was revolt. Camus said the gods designed this punishment to break Sisyphus through awareness. They wanted him to know it was pointless, and they wanted that knowledge to destroy him. But the moment Sisyphus fully accepts that no rescue is coming, that there is no hidden meaning, that the boulder will always roll back down, he becomes the freest man who ever lived, because false hope is a heavier weight than any boulder. When you are constantly waiting for things to get better, waiting for the breakthrough, waiting for someone to see your effort, you are not living your life. You are postponing it. Sisyphus stops postponing. He stops waiting. He puts his hands on the rock because the rock is there, and he is there, and that is enough. Camus wrote, "The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. That is not optimism. That is freedom earned through the complete refusal to look away from reality." Friedrich Nietzsche took this even further. He did not just ask whether you could endure a meaningless life. He asked whether you could love it. He proposed a thought experiment. Imagine a demon visits you at your lowest moment and says, "This life, exactly as you have lived it, every failure, every humiliation, every sleepless night, every person who left, you will live it again and again, an infinite number of times, every detail identical, nothing changed, nothing skipped." The question is not whether this is real. The question is what rises in your chest when you hear it. Do you collapse? Do you beg for it to stop? Or do you look at the demon and say, "Give it to me again"? Nietzsche called this amor fati, love of fate, not tolerance, not acceptance, love. Every wound, every setback, every moment you thought would break you, those moments built the exact version of you that is sitting here right now, still breathing, still fighting. To reject any part of your past is to reject the person it created. Most people here just keep going and think it means endure. Grit your teeth, survive. Nietzsche meant something far heavier. He meant choose it. Choose your life again, every morning, with full knowledge of the cost. Not because the pain was worth it, because the pain was yours, and you are still here, and that means something that no philosophy can take away from you. Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome, the most powerful man on earth, and every morning he sat alone and wrote to himself. Not speeches, not strategy, survival notes. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, Think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. He wrote this while bearing children, while watching plague kill thousands in his cities, while fighting wars on borders that would never stay quiet. He also wrote, "Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." Marcus did not journal because it was therapeutic. He journaled because without it, the weight of his reality would win. Every entry in his meditations is a man talking himself into getting out of bed and doing what needs to be done, not because the world deserves it, but because he decided that this is who he is. And that is what separates people who make it from people who don't. Not talent, not luck, not some grand cosmic purpose whispering directions in their ear. It is the daily, unglamorous decision to show up when nothing inside you wants to push the boulder, knowing full well it will roll back down, to write the same reminders to yourself that you wrote yesterday, because yesterday's strength does not carry over. You have to rebuild it every single morning. You are not broken because life feels pointless sometimes. You are awake. You see what most people spend their lives running from. You are not failing because the boulder keeps rolling back down. You are Sisyphus, and Sisyphus is free. So keep going, not because it makes sense, not because someone promised you a reward, but because the walk back down the mountain, the hands on the rock one more time, the refusal to stop, that is the meaning. There is no other. Now get back to the boulder.